So you'll have to just click that you accept that. Hello, Maisie. And mute everybody. All right, well, let's get started. So I have a little extra bling on today. I cut we have new knives and I cut my pinky a little extra the other night. So I had to get the little liquid stitches and then they gave me this little protector so I don't bend it too much. So I'm calling it my bling. All right. So I was thinking as we practice today, just thinking about with World Kindness Day, I think it's always important to start with ourselves and being kind to ourselves and our bodies. We often have a lot of judgment of our own bodies and what they can and cannot do and how they look. And so I thought as we practice today, just taking that opportunity to shift our perspective a little and tune and look for what our bodies can do and what we love about our bodies and being just kind to ourselves and sending those kind thoughts to our own bodies. And then as we move out from our practice today, then we can share that kindness with others. So let's get started with rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. And then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. Bring the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. And when you're ready, gently floating your hands down, either keeping your eyes closed or gazing softly downward. Extend the spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. Take another deep breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning and set an intention for your practice. something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Allow each inhale to bring you here, to this room, to this moment. Allow each exhale to release anything not needed for your practice today. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs, reaching them out to the sides. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding and opening, contracting and relaxing. With your next inhale, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. Continuing this breath, letting your sitting bones root into the earth. With your next inhaling breath, draw up energy from the earth all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, bringing your awareness down the spine to the heart. Breathing in to the heart. Releasing any worries or struggle down to the earth. Inhaling that energy up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, back to the heart. Just resting your attention there, letting the breath return to its natural state. Perhaps offering yourself some words of kindness in this moment. Bringing your awareness to your right hand, allow the tips of the thumb and pointer finger to come together and bring those fingertips to your heart center, connecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you, gently surrounding you with that sense of joy. When you're ready, you can gently float your hand down, open your eyes. And if you would like to switch your legs, you can go ahead and do that. Or switch positions if you need to do that as well. With your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. And as we exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Once more, lift and squeeze, bringing out that stress or tension. Exhale, back and down. Bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down. Tuck the shoulder blades back and down, engaging the muscles around the scapula. Strengthening those muscles to hold the scapula in place. And then gently press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the heart, squeezing the center of the shoulder blades toward each other. Wringing out anything stuck in there. And then gently opening the arms wide, turning the palms up. Lift the heart a little more if that feels okay, and draw the lower corners of the shoulder blades down toward each other. Opening your heart to yourself in this moment. And if it feels okay, you could flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. Then we'll bring the arms in front, pressing the right over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, left hand around the right wrist or hands at the shoulders, whatever feels right for your body today. Lifting the elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Whew, there's some tightness in my shoulders today too. Gently softening the jaw and drawing the chin back toward the throat to lengthen the neck. Breathing into those upper back muscles. Opening and softening without forcing, just gently letting go. If it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. And with your next inhale, if it feels okay, lifting those elbows a little higher, gently arching. And as you exhale, round, dropping the chin, letting the weight of the arms open the back a little more, being careful of your low back. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. Let's release the hands, bringing the left hand to the right shoulder, Right arm extends out, spreading the fingers wide, and we'll draw that arm across the body. Notice if the shoulder has scrunched up and gently draw the shoulder down. And then if it feels okay, you could turn your chin over the right shoulder. And gently bringing the chin back to the center, we'll slide the hand to the elbow, lifting that right arm up by the ear, can drop the right hand, gently patting your back. Reaching up through the right elbow, lengthening. Stay here, or if it feels okay, you can gently pull that arm behind your head, opening that shoulder a little more. And then we'll gently release, extending those arms out, pressing back through the palms if that feels okay, lifting the heart, and just noticing how the right and the left shoulders feel different now. And then we'll bring the arms in front, left arm over the right, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, right hand around the left wrist or hands at the shoulders. Lifting the elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Squeezing the arms together or pushing the elbows away. Breathing into the upper back. Jaw is soft. Chin gently pulls back toward the throat, lengthening the back of the neck. And as it feels okay, you can begin to lower and lift the elbows, extending that stretch around the shoulders. And with your next inhaling breath, if it feels okay, lift the elbows up a little higher, gently arching. And as you exhale, round the spine, dropping the chin, letting the weight of the arms open the back a little more, being careful of your low back. And with your next inhale, come back to center. We'll release the hands, bringing the left hand to the right. Nope, that's the right hand to the left shoulder. Left arm extends out, spreading the fingers wide, and then drawing that hand to the upper arm, pulling the arm across the body. Again, just as much as feels okay. Keeping the spine nice and tall, and if it feels okay, turning your chin over your left shoulder. Coming back to the center with the chin, we'll slide the hand to the left elbow, bringing that left arm up by the ear, and dropping the hand, gently patting ourselves on the back. Lifting up through the elbow as much as feels okay. Stay here, or if it feels okay, you can gently pull the elbow behind the head, opening through the armpit and down the side of the body gently. And then we'll gently release, open those arms nice and wide. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart. Interlacing the fingers, we'll press the palms out in front. Roll the shoulders forward around the spine, drop the chin. With your next inhale, lift the palms up over the head, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, leave the palms up and gently drop the chin. Softening the elbows, roll the upper corners of the shoulders toward each other, bringing out that tension. Softening the jaw, releasing the back of the neck a little more if it feels okay. And again, if it feels okay for your shoulders and elbows, you can press the palms up a little higher. With your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, float the hands down. Let's bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, gently twist toward the right. Head comes around last. Lifting the heart with each inhale, gently twisting through each exhale. With your next inhale, lift the right arm up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the right hip, lifting the heart, reaching through the fingertips. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale back to the center. Take a breath in and out. Now bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Face forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, twisting the head toward the left. Hold and breathe, lifting and twisting, following the breath. With your next inhale, lift your left arm up by your ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the left hip toward the mat, lifting the heart, chin gently away from the chest as you reach through the fingertips, breathing into the side of the body. And with your next inhale, lift up tall, floating the hand down. And exhale, come back to the center. Let's extend our legs out in front of us, scooting our feet down toward the end of the mat. We'll flex the feet, toes pointing toward the ceiling, keeping the knees slightly bent, or more if that is helpful. Lifting the spine tall, shoulders roll back and down, hands can rest on the legs or floor, or even come slightly behind the hips if that feels helpful. Engaging the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up. Noticing if the inner or outer quads are doing a little more work and seeing if you can balance that out. Having the knees pointing up and the toes pointing straight up as you reach through the heels, lifting the heels off the floor if that feels okay. Belly muscles draw toward the back, spine lifts up toward the sky, soften the shoulders back and down. It's kind of a strange concept. We want to engage all of these leg muscles and abdominal muscles and then soften all of the shoulder and neck and jaw muscles. And with your next exhale, soften the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, gently fold forward, being careful of your low back. Hands on the legs, floor, or feet, wherever feels right in this moment. Lift the heart with your next inhale. With your exhale, gently soften. Hold and breathe, lengthening and softening. Perhaps offering kindness to your body through each breath. Knowing that it's doing exactly as much as it can in this moment. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. We'll bring the hands a few inches behind the hips, fingertips facing toward the hips. Let's bend the knees, placing the feet about hip width apart, softening the elbows. With your next inhale, we'll lift the hips high into reverse table, keeping those elbows bent, feet rooted down. As you exhale, gently lower, hovering if it feels okay. Again, keeping those elbows bent. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, lift. This time, hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down or rest. Head extends out from the spine, elbows are slightly bent, hips reaching high. If you feel like you want a little extra challenge today, you could root into the right foot and extend the left leg out. Keeping those hips high. And when you're ready, bringing that left foot down, rooting into it and extending the right foot out, trying to keep those hips parallel. And lowering down the foot and lowering the hips. And we'll shake out those wrists. Coming to the center of our mat, we'll gently round the spine into a C and roll onto our backs. So I'm going to take off my jacket and my bracelets are in the way. There we go. So extending through the neck, lengthening the legs out, shoulders tuck under, gently scanning up the body, noticing any parts that are tired, sore, achy. And again, offering your body a little kindness. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee, drawing it in toward the chest as much as feels okay. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders tuck under, soften around the right hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, we'll let the right arm fall out to the side, palm facing down or bending at the elbow, depending on your space. And as you exhale, gently twist over the left side of the body, vision toward the right arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip, easing the spine into the twist. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center, extending the leg up toward the sky. Take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. Now begin to make slow, gentle circles with your ankle, stretching your foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. Reaching through the heel, Let's drop the sitting bones toward the mat, gently arching the low back for a moment. And then we'll tuck the pelvis, pressing the low back into the mat. Belly draws down toward the back, drawing the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. You're always welcome to use a strap here as well. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles drawing down. Stay here, or with your next exhaling breath, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. This time hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down or rest. If you'd like a little extra challenge, you can flex the left foot, gently lift it off the floor a couple of inches. And you can keep the hands on the right leg or release them, extending alongside the leg. We'll gently lower the left leg. Inhale, lowering the head and chest. Exhale, slowly lower the right leg. When you reach the floor, take a breath in and out. Then we'll bend the left leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Tucking the shoulders under, lengthening through the neck, softening around the left hip. We'll keep the right hand on the knee, left arm falls out to the side, palm facing down or bending at the elbow. As you exhale, gently twist over the right side of the body, vision to the left as much as feels okay for your neck. Left hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Releasing the muscles around the hip, easing the spine into the twist. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. Extending the leg up toward the sky, take hold behind the hamstrings, calf, or ankle. As you exhale, toes reach toward the ceiling. Inhale, flexing, pressing through the heel. Follow your breath, releasing the front and the back of the leg. Then we'll make slow, gentle circles with the ankle, stretching the foot as far as it can go in each direction. And reverse the circles. And reaching through the heel, gently dropping the sitting bones down, arching the low back slightly. And then tucking the pelvis, belly muscles draw toward the back as we draw the leg toward the torso. Again, just as much as feels okay. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles draw down. With your next exhaling breath, if it feels okay, lift the head and chest toward the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down. Reaching through the heel, belly muscles draw down. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Stay here, or if it feels okay, gently flexing the right foot, lifting it gently off of the floor. And if you'd like, you can either continue holding the leg or release the arms. We'll gently lower the right leg. Inhale, lower the head and chest. And exhale, slowly lower the left leg. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders tuck under, taking a breath in and out. Notice if your shoulders have pulled forward and let them fall back to the mat. Let's bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor. We'll let the feet touch each other. And then gently let the knees fall out to the side into Supta Baddha Konasana. If that feels just uncomfortable at all, you can always kind of or bring your fists under the roots of your hips and give your legs a little support there. Breathing into the inner groin muscles, gently letting go. You may notice that one side feels tighter than the other. One more breath, seeing if there's anywhere else you can let go, inner or outer hips. And then placing the hands on the outside of the thighs, gently helping lift the knees back together. We'll bring the knees over the torso into Apanasana. Breathing into the belly. From here, you can roll to your side, pressing up with your hands, or slip your hands behind your knees, kick your feet over your head, and gently rock up. And then let's come forward onto our hands and knees. If you'd like to add the blanket underneath your knees for a little extra cushion, please feel free to add that. We'll bring our hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, softening the elbows, shoulder blades tuck down the back, head extends out from the spine. Engage the belly muscles, drawing them up toward the back, making a strong table pose. And take a breath in and out. With your next inhale, let's lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath. And with your next inhale, come back to table pose, keeping those elbows nice and soft. With your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg out to the side, the right knee out to the side. And then as you exhale, wrap it around to the back and drop the knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift to the side, wrap around, and lower. Lift to the side, wrap around, and lower. One more time. Lift, wrap, and lower. Shifting our weight to the right knee, we'll inhale the left knee out to the side, wrap it around, and lower. Lift, wrap, lower. Lift, wrap, lower. Last time. Lift, wrap, and lower. Softening those elbows if they've locked. We'll inhale, reaching the right leg out behind us, lifting the heart. Exhale, round, drawing the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe. Reaching that heel up high, engaging the glutes, lifting the heart, softening the elbows. If it feels okay, you can reach that left arm out in front. Belly muscles drawing toward the center of the body. Right elbow stays slightly bent. And we'll lower that left hand. Let's round the spine, bringing the knee into the chest. And then we're going to bring that foot all the way through. Walking the foot forward far enough so when you drop into a lunge, the knee is stacked over the ankle. If you would like to bring some blocks under your hands for support, please add that. So let's think about pressing back through the right hip and then just gently dropping that left hip down. Right knee stays stacked over the ankle. If it tries to go forward, you can pull that right hip back a little bit or walk the foot out a little bit more. Softening the front of that left hip. If it feels okay, you could bring the hands to the knee, lifting the heart, keeping those hips engaged with the right hip back, left hip softening. If it feels okay, you could lift the elbows out at shoulder height, cactus arms, tucking the shoulder blades back and down. And again, if it feels okay for your shoulders, you could extend the arms up. And if you'd like to add a little motion, keeping the legs and lower body steady, you can engage into the cactus and then reach the arms up, working on strengthening those muscles in the upper back for that gentle movement. And then we'll float the hands down, planting the left hand on the mat or block. We'll bring the right hand to the right knee, gently twisting the torso to face the thigh, lengthen through the neck, soften through the front of the left hip. If it feels okay, you can sweep your right arm up toward the sky, letting it float up out of the shoulder. And we'll drop the arm to the back and make some big circles with the shoulder. Stopping up toward the sky, making some circles with the wrists. And then floating the hand down. Let's tuck the left toes under. Lift the knee off of the floor gently if that feels okay. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. You can stay here, dropping that left hip down. You could bring the knee back to the mat, or you could also bring the forearms down to the mat, coming into lizard. And if it feels okay, you could let the right knee fall out to the side gently, coming to the outer edge of your right foot. Finding that position that feels challenging but not into pain for you right now, or whatever it is that your body needs in this moment. Planting the hands and the foot back onto the mat. Tucking that left foot under. We'll rock the hips back, lengthening that front leg, and then step back with the right foot coming into downward dog. Softening the knees, lengthening through the spine. Rolling the shoulder blades back toward each other, externally rotating the arms, protecting the shoulder joint. Lengthening through the neck. Nice long back. And then if it feels okay, you can begin to lengthen the back of the legs, dropping the heels down. Rooting through the balls of the feet and the heels of the hand, lifting up through your sitting bones. And then we'll drop those knees back to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, soft elbows. Taking a breath in and out. And just taking a moment to notice how the right and the left hip feel the same or different. And then we'll inhale, reaching the left leg out behind us, lifting the heart. Exhale, round, drawing the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Once more, reach, hold and breathe, lifting the heart, soft elbows, engaging the glutes and the low back to lift the leg. Stay here, or if it feels okay, extending that right arm out. Left elbow stays bent. And we'll lower that right arm, rounding the spine, drawing the knee in toward the chest. And then gently bringing that left foot the rest of the way through, giving it a little boost if you need that. And we'll walk the right foot forward far enough so that when we drop into the lunge, the knee is stacked over the ankle. We're going to press, oh, and if you want to bring blocks underneath the hands, please do that too for support. We're going to press the left hip back, right hip forward, and then drop down through the front of the right hip. Knee stays stacked over the ankle. Extend the spine out. Breathing into the front of that right hip. Can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could bring your hands to the knee, lifting the heart, and softening through the front of the right hip as the left hip pulls back. Keeping those hips slightly squared toward the front of the mat. Can stay here, or again, bringing those arms out to cactus pose. Rooting through that front foot for stability, or bringing the arms over the head, or again, engaging in movement, following the breath, arms up and back into cactus, again, strengthening through the upper back. I'm going to float the hands down, planting that right hand on the mat or block, bringing the left hand to the left knee, twisting the torso to face the thigh, nice long spine. Can stay here, or if it feels okay, sweeping that left arm up toward the sky. And if it feels okay, you can reach back with the hand, making some big circles with the shoulder. And the next time your arm is up, you can begin making some circles with the wrist if that feels okay. And we'll float the hand down, tucking the toes of the left foot under, bringing that left hand on the toes of the right foot under, bringing the left hand on the inside of the left foot. If it feels okay, you can lift that right knee off of the mat, coming into lizard pose. You can also keep the knee down. You can stay on the hands or come onto forearms. And you can keep the foot flat on the floor, or you can roll the left knee out to the side, coming onto the outer edge of the foot. So finding the version that feels right on this side of the body. And we'll come back to the foot and the hands, tucking the back toes under if they aren't already, and rocking that left hip back, lengthening the front of the leg gently. And then we'll step back with the left foot, coming into downward dog. Soft knees, reach back through the hips, lengthening the back first, rolling those shoulder blades back toward each other, and then beginning to lengthen the legs, just as much as feels okay. Rooting through the hands and feet as the hips reach high. Finding those micro adjustments that you can make to get a little more out of the pose. Whether it's balancing how you're rooting through the balls of the feet, lengthening the neck, reaching back a little more through the hips. Lots of tiny movements we can make to adjust. Now let's walk our hands back toward our feet, coming into Uttanasana, forward bend, going ahead and moving that blanket if you have it on the mat. Hands can be on the floor, block, or legs. Knees are slightly bent. Releasing the back of the neck as much as feels okay for the body. Maybe even shaking the head a little, making sure those neck muscles are loose. Letting go, surrendering to the moment. Letting go of any judgments of your body or of yourself as a whole being in this moment. Knowing that you are enough as you are right now. Softening your knees a little more with your next inhale. Let's roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Shoulders up and back and down. Rooting into your feet. Gently push into the feet. If you feel lightheaded at all, you can also ball the fists up. Just resting in your mountain pose for a couple of breaths. Let's move into tree pose for our balance pose. We'll stay in mountain. If you would like to move toward the wall for support, you can have your back against the wall. Have our feet about hip width apart. Spine up tall, shoulders back and down, belly muscles strong. Knees are soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down, rooting into the floor. Actively pushing into the feet and reaching up through the crown of the head. We'll find a focus spot for our gaze and shift our weight to the left leg, having that knee slightly bent. Right knee turns out to the side. Heel can rest against the leg, working on balance by lifting the toes. Could bring the foot to the calf, into the groin, just not directly on the knee. Finding your steady place, we'll bring the hands to the heart. Rooting into the foot, lift up out of the hip gently without locking the knee. And you can stay here or extend the arms up, palms together or apart, softening the elbows, softening the shoulders, and gently pressing the right knee out to the side if it feels okay. Rooting through the foot as you reach up toward the sky, finding your center. And we'll bring the hands to the heart, together and then down to the heart. Gently lowering that right leg, shaking out the left. Remembering that if you wobble and catch yourself, that is part of the practice. So just coming back, trying again. Finding our balance on both feet again. Spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Shifting your weight to the right leg. Finding a focus spot for your gaze. Turning that left knee out to the side, resting the heel against the ankle. Can stay here, working on balance by lifting the toes. Bring the foot to the calf or into the groin, just not directly on the knee. Rooting into the foot. As you find your comfortable place, bring your hands to the heart. Lifting up out of the hip gently, reaching through the crown of the head, belly is strong. Stay here or reach the arms up over the head, palms together or apart, softening through the shoulders. Remembering to breathe. We'll bring the hands together and down to the heart. And gently lower the leg down. And we'll shake out the legs. Let's bring our legs nice and wide. And we'll turn the heels, losing my own balance. Turn the heels in gently, toes pointing out toward the corners of the long end of the mat. And bring our hands to the crease of the hips and gently bend our knees, having the knees point out toward the toes, sitting down like we're sitting on a horse, coming into horse pose. Spine is nice and tall. You can stay here, or you can add the arms, hands to the heart, or goddess arms with the elbows and wrists bent, palms turned up. You can work on balance or lifting the heel one at a time. You can keep both heels down or lift both heels up, doing what feels right for you today. finding your strength and steadiness. If your heels are lifted, think about rooting into the ball of the foot. Soften the shoulders. Draw in whatever goddess energy you need in this moment. Strength, compassion, patience, power, energy. Lower the heels, bring the hands to the knees, dropping the hips a little bit more. And rock a little side to side if that feels okay. Just kind of opening anywhere that's still a little tight. And then we'll gently straighten the legs. Let's bring the toes to face the long end of the mat now. We'll interlace the fingers and inhale the palms up over the head, working with the circular motions. As you exhale, we'll fold over the right leg. Sweep the arms across to the center, and as you inhale, lift up through the left, coming back to the center. Exhale right. Inhale from the left. Going at whatever pace feels good for you. One more time on this side. And then we'll switch directions. With your next exhale, fold over the left. Sweeping across, inhale from the right. Again, folding to the left. Sweeping from the right. One more time. And then we'll let the arms come out at shoulder height, bending the knees, hinging at the hips. Swan dive. Bringing our hands underneath the shoulders onto the floor or block, and bending the knees as much as feels helpful right now. Press actively into the feet as you lift up through the sitting bones. Nice long spine. Notice what's happening with the shoulders. See if you can draw the shoulder blades gently down the back. One more breath here. And then we'll walk the feet closer toward each other, stopping just outside of hip width apart. You could bring a block in the center behind the heels if that is supportive for you in Malasana squat. We can drop the hips, bring the hands to the heart, coming into a high Malasana. Or if it feels okay, kind of bringing the hips down toward the heels or onto the block. Can also come all the way to the mat, walking the feet a little further apart. And pressing the elbows or upper arms into the knees or thighs, lengthening through the spine, breathing into the hips. And then gently lowering the rest of the way down. If you haven't, we'll meet in Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet are together. Excuse me. Hands at the ankles or toes, spine nice and tall. Breathing in through the spine. And as you exhale, if it feels okay, hinging at the hips, extending the spine out over the feet gently. Keeping the back of the neck nice and long, chin drawn back toward the throat gently. Softening through the inner groin and the outer hips. Breathing into the low back if you feel some tightness or tension there, seeing if you can soften and let go around it. And perhaps again, offering yourself some words of kindness in this moment. And if that feels hard to come up with something to say to yourself, think about what you might say to someone else, or perhaps what you would like to hear from someone else, and offer those words of kindness to yourself. With your next inhale, lift up tall. Let's extend the right leg out, keeping the left foot drawn in toward the chest, Janusirasana. Left hand, nope, that's the right hand to the left knee. Gently turning the torso to face that bent leg. Lifting the spine tall, inhale the left arm up by the ear. And exhale, just reach across gently. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach. Shoulder coming the direction of the leg. Inhale once more, lift and lengthen. And we'll inhale, lifting. Exhale, floating that left hand to the mat. Right arm extends over the leg. You can keep the hip down and open the side of the body by reaching over the left side, or if it feels okay for your wrist, you can lift up onto the knee and open here in crescent. And then we'll lower back down, switching our legs. So the left leg extends out, right leg is bent, foot in toward the groin. Turning to face that right leg, left hand on the knee. Inhale the arm up by the ear. Exhale, reaching across the body, left shoulder toward the leg gently. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lift, and float the hand down. Planting that right hand on the mat. Left arm extends over the leg. Inhale, bringing the left arm over the ear, either keeping that right hip down or lifting up onto the knee and wrist. And then gently lowering down. And we'll come back to cross-legged. Shoulders back and down, lifting the heart, rooting through the sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, drop the right ear over the right shoulder. Right shoulder tucks back and down as you breathe into the left side of the neck. Letting go of anything else that you might be holding on to in this moment. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, drop the left ear over the left shoulder. Left shoulder tucks back and down, breathing into the right side of the neck. Softening and lengthening through the breath. And with the next inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, drop the chin toward the chest, keeping the shoulders back and down and the heart lifted. You can gently sway a little from side to side, lengthening those muscles if it feels okay. Listen to your body. And with your next inhale, come back to center and let the breath go. And let's come to the center of the mat. If you'd like to go ahead and slip your socks or jacket on, you're welcome to do that as well as we start to slow down and cool down. And when you're ready, taking a hold behind the knees, rounding the spine, and gently rolling onto the back. We'll lift the feet up toward the sky, rocking the hands or a block underneath the hips, lengthening through the neck. Ankles and knees are relaxed as you breathe into the belly, releasing any tension in the upper body. Gently bending the knees, rocking the hands or block out from underneath the hips, and hug the knees in toward the body, gently rocking from side to side, or if it feels okay, making small circles, drawing the knees in and out, and reversing the circles. And coming back to the center for one last twist, arms out to the side, knees together, gently dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left, releasing through the spine. And with your next inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right, releasing the spine. With your next inhale, come back to the center, lowering the feet down. You can walk the feet to the edges of the mat, resting the knees together. Or if it feels okay for your back, you can lengthen the legs out into Shavasana. Being sure to cover up a little, allowing the warmth to stay in your body as you relax into Shavasana. You can also add a bolster or blanket underneath your knees. So allowing the feet to be about hip width apart. unless your knees are bent. Arms slightly away from the body with your palms turned up. Tuck your shoulders back and down. Relax your forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. If you'd like to receive Reiki during your Shavasana practice, gently open your heart and your body to receiving that in this moment. Let your awareness come back to the breath, allowing each inhale to fill you with a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Release your muscles from the bones, surrendering them to the earth, feeling its strength and support beneath you. And let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can gently bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. When you're ready, gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. For our world, for our communities, and for ourselves. Thank you all for joining me today and taking time for yourselves and take time to practice and be kind to your own body and spirit today.
Thank you.